Cool. So here we are with the guys. We've got Dan McGowan, little round of applause there, Simon Forrest, and Steve Riformato. How we doing, my guys? A couple of technical issues. Here we are.
we're too old to work this stuff. We need the little young ones to get us online. You would have been better off getting Frankie to sort it out.
Yeah, no, probably.
Now, there was something I wanted to wait until we started recording before I drop this. So, Dan, how do you feel that Simon's overtaking you on the podcast leaderboard?
I'll still batter him, so it doesn't matter.
How far am I ahead of him?
No.
Because it matters.
He loves it.
Of course it matters.
No, I actually originally said to Simon that his story is more interesting than mine, so it deserves it.
Oh,
I said that.
Cushion the blow a little bit.
Yeah, I did. I said that the next day.
No, that was the reason why you lost.
And he got people like Liam Harrison sharing it and me. So,
This is cloud chasing.
We helped him.
He's got the streamline, he's got the momentum in that. Steve, what's going down in your world?
I think people just wanted to hear me fucking up, mate. I think after my interview after Raw.
Yeah, it was 100% that. I couldn't wait. I kept checking. I was like, is it fucking up yet?
So what was this interview there? I still haven't found it yet.
Oh my God.
You have seen it, surely.
Just do a retake. Do a replay of it, Simon.
You lot are horrible. So what's been going down?
Not my finest hour.
So I'm going to say one word, and I want this to start the conversation, okay? Elbow. So.
Elbow.
You want to go first? No, you go.
Elbow.
Simon got KO'd by one in his last fight.
Got absolutely KO'd by an elbow, didn't I?
Oh, that's turned a little bit. I was more getting at.
Who's the best at elbows in the country, though?
I don't know. Who is?
Me. 100%.
Really?
I don't know.
Now, how would you measure that? Would it be on opinion, or is it done by stats or anything like that? Is there any way of measuring that?
Are we talking stats?
I'd say if we're talking stats.
Who are you saying if we're talking stats?
Stats or
We're talking like how many people you KO'd, dropped, or cut? Is that the three? Yeah.
I guess you've set it up quite nicely with that. Go on.
Yeah, definitely me then.
Who would you say is a close second if you had to name someone of the whole circuit? First name comes to mind for your weight, at least.
I know who you want me to say, but I'm actually gonna. No, because I think he's only dropped one person with an elbow. Haggerty, you're on about. He's dropped one person with an elbow.
That's the one, yeah. Because I thought he was the best in the UK for elbows. Anyway, I thought that's where you got your sort of style from.
Nah, he's the king of it, and he's the king of elbows in general. Nah, I don't know. I'd say someone in the UK, but that's
Luke Turner used to be the best elbow.
Yeah, Luke Turner
in the UK, but he doesn't fight anymore.
Luke Turner, I'd say. Maybe even Dean. Dean cut a lot of people. Dean James. But yeah, I'd say if we're talking stats.
If worldwide, I suppose.
Probably Muay Thai. Who do you think worldwide?
No, I was going to say worldwide from the UK.
I mean, if worldwide from the UK.
Well, yeah. Which one is it?
Yeah, that's what I was getting confused about.
That's a Simonism.
Simonism? Fuck me, that's racist.
That's why I said Muay Thai. I feel like I'm being honest, and this is just being totally honest, not just being up my own arse. If we're talking how many people drop or cut or knocked out of elbows, I'll definitely win that competition. And I think you go.
If we asked you who was the best at anything, and you was honest, you would say you, wouldn't you?
Yeah, because this is the thing, because I genuinely think I am. Nah, elbows. I think me from the UK. I don't know anyone else who's got the same kind of record or stats as what I have with elbows in the UK. I'm like, if anyone wants to prove me wrong, then we can talk about it. But I'm pretty sure I've got talk, fight.
I don't know trouble.
Play nice, socially distance.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure my stats probably are the best with elbows. But if someone else might be better that I don't know about, so yeah, they can let us know. Who do you think, Dan? You're sitting on the fence there.
Well, I'm just playing casual, but I don't know. I'm just going to go, I'd say Liam Harrison because I see him on Instagram and I'm going to play nice.
I don't know. No, not with elbow. His punches and low kicks.
Who do you think, Riffer?
Haggerty all day.
I knew he'd say that.
I thought he was going to say Jar.
He is savage, though. Jar's just the best all round, I think. Like.
No, he's not all round.
You love Jar, didn't you?
Yeah, Jar's good.
He is quality, to be fair. He's funny as fuck as well.
Put Daniel in his place, didn't he?
Yes. I can admit that. He did. He did.
No power. He always comments no power on everything Daniel ever posts. He's like, no power. It just pops up. John, no power.
Steve didn't come here to make friends.
When you said about Steve coming on, I thought, for fuck's sake.
It's going to be a long night. Now, Steve, there's something quite interesting I wanted to bring up. On your last fight you were going to compete at, I noticed that there was something on the description. It said professional. Now, when did that decision get made? How long has that been in the pipeline for?
No, it was about I think it would be my 21st fight in all disciplines. So, and I want to fight full rules, basically. Yeah. It's geared towards wrestling, amateur MMA, isn't it? And I'm a striker, so. But I forced myself to stay doing it because then if I'd gone pro, I wouldn't have bothered learning all the ground game as much. I don't think I wouldn't have focused on it so much.
But this is what kind of confuses me a bit because as much as you love being a striker, why don't you just do striking? Why'd you do MMA if you prefer striking that much?
Oh no, I don't prefer it that much. Well, I just want to do it. I want a full fight. Like, I want to be able to do everything.
I was going to say, I thought, okay, I really want to do striking, so I'm going to do MMA just the way it could work for my striking. I think it seemed a long way about it.
I've been trying to get him to fight Muay Thai for ages, but he refuses to wear a monk on.
Yeah,
you got
I ain't
what?
doing that dance either.
That gear as well.
He's not putting that monk on my head and making me dance around the ring. It's not happening.
He does. He has gone into fights though. He's had a go at me before. We've been hitting pads before he's about to go out. He's making him throw left kicks. He's gone, oh fucking hell! I'm not gonna fucking do that many, am I? I'm not gonna body kick in the fight, am I? He's walked out, had an MMA fight, and just fucking left kick the whole fight. Just battered him.
Most fights, you kick.
His left kick is his best weapon by far.
Remember your fight and Impact?
My mouth is.
No, your mouth. Yeah.
Yeah, I've had the close up to that. I can dispute that.
Yeah,
there was not one in the bollocks.
Oh right, yeah. Who's that?
The little, I don't know his name. I can't even remember it. The little fella, wrestler. Yeah. He was short, wasn't he?
What, from BKK?
Yeah, that's him, yeah.
I remember that Nick Furzer tried that one as well when he was blatantly winded.
Yeah, that was a liver kick. But they do that. But it does happen a lot. Being southpaw, you do clip the cup. Like, it does happen. Yeah. So I'm not going to stop kicking because of it. It is what it is.
I always end up kicking Panikos whenever I spar with Panikos, I always kick him in the nuts. And he always moans at me. I'm like, fucking wear a groin guard then.
Yeah.
But
to be fair, if you were checking it, if you was checking it anyway, it's not going to get through there, is it?
No. I suppose you can't. I suppose in MMA though, checking kicks.
Unless you're kicking right up the middle,
high inside.
Yeah.
But this is another thing as well. Like Simon, you're gonna come up to MMA as well. You're gonna come to the dark side.
No. I'm strictly Thai boxing, but I've got obviously where I've always sort of like supported Riffer and cornered it, helped corner him and that with his MMA fights. So I'm more interested in it now, but I don't think I'll fight MMA, to be honest. It's petrified of the ground and that. Whenever I get grabbed, and Riffer always grabs me and pins me on the floor, I just feel so out of... Like, oh yeah.
What are you doing?
Not like that. Twist me up and starts bending
I'll send you a video.
It's been a long lockdown.
Riffer is about 100 kilos. Something.
100 kilos, 7 foot tall.
I am not 100 kilos.
What you nasty gone?
But
Definitely
I'm actually lighter than
999s.
before lockdown started.
Really?
I'm actually lighter. Yeah, I think I've lost muscle and got flabby. I've got a little bum bag on and that. But yeah, I'm about 95 kilos, I think.
You say 100 like you're so insulted, like it's miles off.
It's about a stone.
5 kilos.
I'm 75 kilos.
I'm fat as fuck. I'm 75 kilos.
How does this work then? Because you have a strict rule where you won't spar anyone over 70 kilos. So now with you being over 70 kilos, how does this work? Does the bar move or do you just not spar?
He's got an advantage now. He's got 4 kilos everywhere.
80 kilos max.
80 kilos.
Fight weight. I don't know, it depends how tall they are, really. Like if they're tall, if they're over 6 foot, I'll probably fucking and heavier. Then I'll swerve. I mean, if they're like, I'll spar Caleb still.
I think you judge it on if you can beat them up. Because if they're big and you know you can batter them, you're happy to spar with them.
When's this then?
Especially on camera. If a camera comes out when you're sparring with Simon, you better have your guard up.
Isn't it? Then he starts editing footage of a 3-minute round of like one shot he lands.
Oh, when he battered you?
Yeah.
See that uppercut? That uppercut. Oh!
He landed an uppercut, probably the first time in about 20 years. And he edited the whole clip, so it was just the uppercut landed, and that was it.
It was a good uppercut, though.
Yeah, it was a good uppercut.
I mean, it's one of those ones where, like, sparring footage on Instagram, it's always a bit of a, I don't know, touchy subject. I'm going to keep sparring behind closed doors, if anything.
You know what? You know what's weird? Yeah, so like over the years, obviously, I've trained with Simon since I was, 15, 16? Like, so
yeah.
nearly 10 years, yeah? And like the sparring is how it goes usually, but then every time a camera comes out, Simon does something that he's never done before, and he'll so the time where you threw me in the clinch, that was on video, and then the uppercut the other day, the camera come out for one round, he hit me with this uppercut like a peach. So I don't know, yeah. So when the camera's rolling, he takes the piss at him.
He ups it when the camera comes out. You see him, he keeps glancing at it to see if they got it as well.
Like Sancho.
You can't whip a camera out in the gym unless it's only fighters in there. I'm telling you, no one's safe.
Oh, yeah. So if there's cameras out and if you're a girl, Simon will go in and start battering you, basically.
Yeah. Wasn't he doing it on camera the other day? Was it Samantha's granddad or something?
Yeah. And her sister.
No, that weren't on camera.
It still gets one, to be fair.
I was battering Kingsley. I think I was battering Kingsley at one point.
You're going to have to tell Dan who Kingsley is and how old
I've got no idea.
Yeah.
Kingsley's 7, he's my son.
Why didn't you know that, Dan?
Got no idea, man. He's the same weight as you, Simon.
Same
About the same weight as Daniel.
Is he in the same like weight rule sort of thing, under like 70?
Yeah. Fucking Sparring Riffer though, it's just like he gets pissed off because everyone's tiny compared to him. Calls everyone's midgets, but like he's just like a freak. Do you know what I mean? There's not many people.
To be fair,
You're a freak,
are
Steve.
like,
You're right.
it's just I'm a real grown up. You know, like they're like still children.
Even so, what about that picture before?
They would have been like normal sized men in like maybe, I don't know, like the 1800s or something. But not that.
What about that picture before I went out to Yokow? It was me, Andy House, and Daniel Den, and you.
Yeah, I posted it up and said a picture of me and my kids.
That is it though. People go down to Rough Diamonds and you're the only one over 6 foot.
No, they're not. There's some big lads there.
There's some lumps.
There's some big ones there. It's just we've got the borrowers as well.
With the Willows kind of thing. I mean, how are the Rough Diamonds guys hanging up anyway? Are you doing like online stuff or anything?
No, we've done nothing online, but we should be back to it. Well, I'm thinking next month. It's looking like, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's the rules for like pads and stuff? Like, I don't really understand that. What sort of rules?
So I think pros can train normal, from what I'm gathering. It is a bit. It's not very clear, is it? I think there's loopholes everywhere, to be honest. But I think pros can train. But then it also said people who are on a pathway to whatever, like.
Oh, yeah, some sort of like a scheme where it is to get to like the academy.
Yeah, so if you said, "Oh, this guy's got potential, so he needs to train because he could do this or whatever," do you know? So I don't know how it's going to go, but I'm thinking I think there's an update July the 4th, so I'm expecting everything to be open by then in some sort of capacity. I don't know what though.
Yeah.
But I mean, even if it is just open, it's only me, Daniel, and Simon that can spar, then that's cool. Is what it is.
You won't be able to block this right kick.
Oh no, take my shit off.
Bring your groin guard, you'll be all right.
Yeah.
Now, yeah. Steve, your Facebook's not been very what's the word? Not been very nice recently. So what's going on with that? Like, talked about
everyone being nasty, isn't they?
I was gonna say, why aren't you playing nice?
Me. I'm on the bad guy here.
Well, there ain't smoke without fire, I think.
Here he goes. Here he goes.
Shouldn't draw a line in the sand. I don't think it's me. I think it's everyone else who's got the problem.
How come?
People are easily triggered, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about social distancing, Steve? Do you agree with it?
Yeah, it's very dangerous.
I fucking don't. I think it's outrageous. Still, even to this day, we're having people jump out the way of us in the shop, aren't we? Yeah.
I do think you can't be moaning about social distancing 1 minute and then out protesting the next, because I think you look like a massive hypocrite. But
yeah. There's quite.
I mean, make your mind up. Yeah, you're just jumping on every bandwagon. It's a bit boring.
Yeah, that's the problem. So I don't have a problem with people that want to kind of go with the rules, so the social distancing rules. But then don't start having to go. Like, so many people that had to go at me, especially at the start of it all. Like, they were even having to go at me for going to work. Like, you shouldn't be working. You should be staying at home. But then a couple of weeks later, I see them out with their mates, or like they're with a couple of mates and stuff. Well, one girl was telling me, going mad at me because I was training with someone that weren't from my household, and I'm like, this is like this is my dream. Like, this is what I want to do. So why am I going to stop? Like, time don't wait for nobody, and I'm not scared of. I'm not going to stop training because of virus. I'm not scared of. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
I'm not really bothered.
That's it. I think what Riff is saying as well is people are 1 minute saying, don't do this, don't stay at home, protect the NHS, save lives, all that crap. And then they're out protesting against racism or whatever. And it's like contradicting their whole point. At least whereas me, I've been quite vocal about it, but I've stood with what I believe the whole time. You know, people shifting side to side, jumping the fence left and back and forward. It's just pathetic.
Yeah.
Well, it's that as well. Everyone thinks they're right on a subject. Yeah. So, that's the problem. So there's going to be friction,
Yeah.
And especially if you're a stubborn by a character.
Yeah.
Well, it's the whole thing
Like
of being a
Simon.
willingness to, like, you know, take in new information and then be prepared to change your argument.
Yeah.
People don't
Very
like
true.
it.
So that's why you go away and do a lot of research, and then you have to come back with facts, and then you share them with the people. But some people, if they've made their mind up, they don't want to change it. Do you know, even when you've gone away and done the work after being called ignorant.
Yeah. I even had I shared something the other day. I mean, I have my views a little bit on it, but I've stayed out of it. I don't really get too involved. I don't really let it affect me too much. But I haven't shared much on Facebook. But I shared something the other day that the chief medic said that what was it again? It was the
asymptomatic.
Yeah, that's it. The asymptomatic, they can't basically spread it. And then someone wrote on it going mental at me saying this is not right. And I was like, what? The chief medics who you've been following for months. The chief medics who you've been following for months. So why now are you not choosing to follow it now that he's saying it's not actually that it's really that dangerous, like to the young or like kind of the.
It's like that. They just like you said, it as long as it fits what they say, they'll dismiss anything else presented to them, you know, and they'll dismiss it.
It's like people want the drama and want it to be a real killer, like, you know, people want it to be like that. I don't understand why. Why would you want it to be like that when we're getting told information from the experts that it's not?
It's all bollocks, though, isn't it? That social distancing, it is just it's all the whole lot's a scam.
Scam.
Load of bollocks.
Fucking scam. The banks are getting richer. You know what I mean? I could go all day about this. I won't bother though.
Let's get comfortable.
Wasn't it George Soros behind it, Simon?
I don't know.
Jeff Bezos.
Yes, you do know.
Can't inform everyone, enlighten everyone.
I'm a sheeple. Please
You
inform
two
me.
know a lot about that. George Soros. Who's that? Oh, that's what's that? The God, Black Lives Matter.
Yeah. Look at him holding back.
Look at you guys trying to be all PC and trying to be all proper. Thinking, oh no. I believe everything I'm told by the government. I'm playing nice in case I get taken down and cancelled.
Yeah, that's definitely not me. Yeah. I definitely don't believe a fucking word of it. They could just contradict. I've already seen they're pumping out now that Beijing's going to be 20 million people going into lockdown. I saw another thing on the Daily Mail earlier saying the coronavirus is a massive coronavirus outbreak in a KFC supplier in North Wales. It's just like, fucking give it a rest.
Basically, Simon needs the gyms to open back up because he's gone fucking absolutely AWOL.
It's a bit bad. The problem is, where I haven't been able to train, I've actually started researching and listening to Simon's bullshit.
Hey, same.
I'm usually too busy.
Well, I'm normally just focused on fighting and training, but I'm just like, what? I just wanted answers because training stopped, fight shows have stopped. I had loads of people supposed to be fighting. I had fights booked and were in the pipeline, and it's just like bang, all come to a halt. It's like, why is it? What's going on? My kids aren't at school, so you just start looking into things, and then you end up going down fucking rabbit holes, and then you start finding out shit that just don't, you know, none of it makes sense, does it?
Yeah.
You know,
my one as well. Like my outlook's always been, it doesn't affect me, so I don't really care. But with my hand, my surgery got pushed back for months, and then I was like, what the fuck? But I've been told that the hospitals are empty, so why is my hand surgeon not able to fix my hand? And then that's when I started getting a bit like, I'd say like the last few weeks, especially, I'm like, nah, this is bollocks now. Like this has to get sorted out. I mean, it's like, I'm not on his level. I'm probably not on his level. On his level of like, because I haven't researched enough. Like mate, I get into the van for work every morning. Yeah, every morning, and he's playing a different. You can call it conspiracy video now, but a lot of the conspiracies obviously come true. But I actually.
He's got you as well. He's got you as well.
Got me. I'm going. I'm nearly gone. I'm nearly fully gone.
Just imagine that before you even close the door when you sit down. It's just so. Locks the door.
I swear, every morning, I'm not even joking. I'll go in the van, admit it. Every morning, I get in it. He picks me up at 5:30.
I get them sent to me. You know, I get people just bombard me with them. And I'm like,
well, and then you play it.
Steve, is it you making the videos?
It's quite interesting.
Yeah,
Some of
yeah.
it's quite interesting.
Sending it straight to Simon.
Hey, he's programming Daniel's subconscious mind. That's what he's doing on the way to work every morning.
He's got me like I've been working with him every day like since the lockdown really, and at the start I was like, you're fucking crazy, mate, like shut up. Like every day I was like, it's not even 7 o'clock in the morning yet, and you've watched 3 videos already about it. And then fucking now I'm like, oh god, fucking it's true. Actually a lot of it's
You've
true.
been broken down.
Dan, do you know why they're both so upset about it?
How come?
Because their like trip to Turkey got cancelled. They were both due for hair transplants, and they.
Mate, I've got a full head of hair here.
Yeah, it just starts halfway up your.
Yeah, but it's always been like that.
Hey, to be fair, Dan's sitting up in the corner there. His isn't great either. You can see.
Well, we're not.
Dan's got a little Dracula fringe.
Hey, leave my Vegeta hairline out of this. We're playing nice in this podcast. My widow speak is none of your business. There's a reason it's audio only this podcast. For now. Get some new hats.
What are you drinking there? Vodka and Coke? It's just going to start getting more and more abusive, isn't you?
Who's that?
Riffer.
Oh, I thought you were talking to someone else. I was looking behind me.
What the other one?
Caleb will finish a bottle of wine. Caleb will finish a bottle of water. Oh, JD, you're definitely going to get abusive in a bit. Caleb
I'll probably go start a fight with my neighbour.
Caleb will do one of them bottles of wine and he'll fucking just pop up out of nowhere in a minute, won't
he? Jamie has enjoyed it. Why he bottled it. Oh, well.
He's very shy, Caleb.
Were you going to bully him? Is that probably why?
No, not me. He's just shy
in
general.
That smile, he knew it as
well. I bully everyone.
Ripper bullies everyone that he likes.
To be honest, I was like, when you added me to it, into the chat, and I saw Riffer, I was like, oh, fuck, it's going to be like an hour or so of just getting absolutely rinsed. I don't know if I can handle it.
This is why when I got Steve on, I was doing a group so I can handle it, and I try and dilute him a bit. Just an hour of him taking the piss out of me saying, Dan, your fucking kicks are a bit shit, aren't they? Just try. I see where you grapple.
I haven't seen you kick.
No, you don't want it.
You never seen him hit pads?
It's all right. Don't worry about it. I'm like a Sancho of MMA, mate. It's all good. It's calm.
They all swerve. Everyone swerves the stand up when they're sparring, don't they? They all want to roll with me so they can tie me in knots.
Have you two sparred and stuff then?
Me and Steve rolled. We had a little intimate moment, but that's fine. That's a different conversation.
Oh, is it? Well, did you have pajamas on, or did you have no pajamas?
We just had our little, undies on.
No geese.
Thong.
No geese.
Just a thong.
What's your Ripper? What's your take on like gi or no gi? Like, what's your favourite? You like gi, don't you? You like
no gi? No, not gi. Not gi. I like no gi.
You touched the nerve. There we are.
Why?
I'm not a massive fan of jiu-jitsu in general.
Oh, really?
I thought you was aiming for the blue belt.
No. No, this. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no, oh, fuck's sake.
What are you doing? Going to get a certificate?
No. You won't even believe this. My missus has ordered shopping and fucked off out. Swear down, look.
She's done
at least they just left.
Daniel, what was it you said in the gym the other day about how you beat Steve in a grappling match in the gi?
Who, me?
Yeah, you said you'd be the best. You think was a pound for pound best gi grappler in Rough Diamonds?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I've wrapped Riffer up a few times.
Yeah, it's because too big for me.
Yeah, I use my size to my advantage. Nah, to be fair, Riffer's probably the only person that ever shows me anything like wrestling.
Yeah, Simon down shows you things. Well, where's my love, Steve? What's going on?
Come over anytime.
I'll just run away or lay on the floor. No!
He shows me, but he goes a bit hard. It still goes a bit hard. I'm like, all right, you can You're certain now, mate.
Yeah.
You don't have to go that hard, mate.
It's usually in the hotels at Yokow after. It's not like in the gym.
Yeah.
Steaming.
Steve, what are you like on fight day? I bet you're a proper pest as well. Just pissing everyone off and I wind them up. He's
Oh, he's chatty as fuck.
He's actually really good. Like he's like, he just fucking
What?
like having a rap. What do you mean? What when he's
That's what I'm
like
thinking.
cornering or something?
Yeah, like fight day kind of thing. Like, you know, you're at the event, you're hanging about for ages.
I'm
He's good, 'cause
I'm really serious.
He just takes the piss out of everyone, doesn't he? So it just lightens the mood. So anyone who's fighting or their first fights or some of the people that aren't as experienced, they sort of kills all the nerves. Do you know what I mean? It takes away the nerves. So he's actually fucking sound on fight day.
What about when you're fighting,
Just
Steve?
broke it. What?
What about when you're fighting?
Sorry, I've just broke a bag full of eggs. Ah.
Cracking.
What about when I'm fighting?
Yeah, what you like on the day?
I get real nervous most of the time.
Are you still chatty or are you like quite quiet and a bit moody?
Chatty.
No, I'll get the ump.
It's tough end. Yeah, you do get the ump sometimes, don't you?
Yeah.
Depends.
Yeah, he does, yeah.
Depends. Goes through waves, innit? Sometimes he's fucking chilled, and then sometimes he's chilled most of the time these days. Sometimes in the old, like the early days, he used to fucking bite my head off a lot.
I can remember cornering you, and I thought you were pretty chatty before the fight. I thought you turned into you turned into me a bit. You couldn't stop chatting at one point.
Yeah, it depends. It's hit and miss. It depends. Like,
Yeah. You do. You come across calm, really. You don't really. But then you actually admit that you're nervous and stuff. So like, you tell us. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think everyone's nervous before a fight.
Yeah. I used to always like lie. You know, like, if anyone asks, "You feeling nervous?" I used to think that I couldn't. Yeah,
I think that's the case. You're not comfortable, are you? Like, if you start lying about it, you have to understand everyone gets nervous. It is what it is.
Sometimes, yeah. I suppose. Sometimes I suppose it's good to sort of like tell your mind you're fine or something. No, is it? Do you think?
No. I think you should understand what feelings you're having and just deal with it. Like, it's completely normal to be nervous. Like, it's fine. It's just to cope with it.
See, this is what when I was a bit younger, I'd say, probably when I was about 21, and I used to think, I'm not nervous. I used to think it was bad to be like, it would be like I was scared to fight. Do you know what I mean? If I had nerves, but the more I kind of got older and stuff, like, you've just got to learn to control the nerves. Really, it's not everyone's going to get nervous. Like, it's a big deal getting into a ring or a cage or whatever. So now it's just you've got to just embrace it. If you're nervous, you kind of got to just just embrace it and go with it. Really.
Well, that's the thing. The stigma is that you think, I shouldn't be nervous. So you try and fight it, and then that causes more anxiety. So it's not a good thing. Just like speak about how you feel, I think.
After the fact, how are you guys with each other? Like, say if one of you comes up short, do you take the piss out of each other? Are you quite nice and, it's like, it's all right, mate, don't worry about it, that kind of thing?
I would never take the piss out of someone on the night.
On the night he specifies. On the night, morning after, drop a text.
Honestly, I don't think it's cool. Like, I've seen people criticising their fighters on the night, like after, like it's all going over where they went wrong or anything like that. I don't agree with that in the slightest. Like, on the same day after you're going over it in your head and you're trying to process it yourself. You're confused. Like, you don't need to be speaking about it. I tell them just to ignore it tonight. Go home, let it sink in. Have a couple of days, then we'll address it.
Yeah,
that's true.
That was a really responsible answer.
I think Daniel was having a go at me in the fucking hospital, to be fair, when I was getting stitched up, giving it, fucking hell. Why didn't you get
drunk?
You know what? No, you know what? I wasn't. Me and Simon are more like mates. It's not really like I train him and stuff. But we're more just mates, really. I was annoyed because I knew that he had the beat, and we're talking about his last fight when he got cut and dropped the elbow and that. And it's like he kind of got so excited, and it was the thing that I just didn't want him to do, and he done it. I didn't have
I was saying it in the corner, and I told you to say it.
Yeah.
I said he's getting too confident too, and he was taking risks he didn't need to take. And I said you need to calm down, and then bam, I was like, no.
That's like that can be like Simon's downfall probably. Like no, you know what I think it is. He's been used to having like scraps, like so he's more of a. He used to go in and like in his early stages, it would like be just a scrap, but then I think now he's got the technical aspect, and he was winning in the technical aspect of the fight in the last fight especially, and then he kind of rushed in a little bit, and he wants an elbow wall because he likes to have a scrap. And then that's when he got caught with the elbow, like and he didn't really get hit much the whole fight. And well, I say whole fight. What round was it? Two. But like he was in, like it sounds stupid, but I feel like he was in control of the fight, and I feel like if it went another couple of rounds, I think he actually would have stopped Mike. So that's what was more frustrating, and it was more of a mate. Like I was like, I don't think I didn't have a go.
No, it's all right. You fucking knob.
It is a hard one though. I think the problem was what he was doing was working. Then he was getting like you get overexcited with that. You get overconfident, so you try putting your foot down. There's no need to because what you were doing was working, just chipping away like that was working. There was no need to then ramp it up and take risks, unnecessary risks. That was my point. Just keep doing what you're doing, and then when you start, you're giving them a way in. So he's a Mong, isn't he? So what do you expect?
It is, isn't it? You could overanalyze it so much fucking is fighting, isn't it?
Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah. But if you had carried on the way you were, I think like it would have carried on the way it was.
Yeah. I going back to the original question, like I think definitely that night when we had a few drinks, I definitely took the piss out of you to get knocked out.
Yeah, but we are like best mates, so it's not kind of the same thing. Yeah. I wouldn't, like Ripper said, you wouldn't say that to one of your fighters like that you train. Do you know what I mean? Everyone has stinkers at some point. You know, you've got, like you said, give it a few days and then address it when you're back in the gym.
I think the first thing I said to him was like, you had a mare. You had an absolute mare.
I had a fucking Tony Blair. You had a Tony.
You had a Tony Blair.
Well, you've said to me before, you're doing all right. And I'm like, you fucking lying cunt. What are you lying for? Trying to make me feel good. That's an absolute stinker.
Yeah, I think with the relationship with like me, Riffer and Daniel and stuff, we can be like brutally honest at the time, but like but we're sort of, we've had a lot of fights, do you know what I mean? We've been for a lot, we're very close friends as well. So, but I mean, to a fighter, you're probably best off just leaving it, and you know, because people can take losses bad. I mean, me and Riffer, we've had some bad losses, but we brush ourselves off and we get back in there, you know. So it doesn't hit us too much. Do you know what I mean? Whereas some people, it can fucking fuck them up mentally, like a bad loss, you know.
Yeah. I mean, that was where I was kind of getting at, was more you guys to each other than it was to say someone else who's not part of that same kind of circle as such. Because again, you have your own little lines of, you know, have like banter anyway, but on those lines somewhere when sort of push comes to shove kind of thing.
Yeah. No, I think we're serious when it has to be serious, but like, I think I'd say you just know when the time's right to joke. So like when he first come out of the ring and he had blood and his lip was hanging off and shit, I obviously didn't take the piss and he was all a bit like fucking didn't know where he was a bit.
He was very worried. He ran in there like, you know, like if you knock some fella out outside a club and his girlfriend comes, you know, that's what McGowan was like. Oh, my baby.
Don't touch him.
That, you know what, I was more thinking, stop embarrassing me, rolling around the floor like that.
Embarrassing me! He come in to see if I was alright, he reckons I spat blood all over him. He was like, fucking what are you doing?
He was rolling on the floor going, I was like, just chill out for a minute, and he's spraying blood everywhere.
I was just on the standing over him like, well, fucking didn't listen, did you? Told you. Fucking told you, he wouldn't listen.
But yeah, I think when you're mates with someone, you know when the time is when you can have a joke and when it's time to be serious. And I think that's what we've probably got with each other. It's like kind of we know when to.
It's different with I think you can you can practice it on each other more as well because you're more relaxed, so you know how to handle other like members of the gym. Yeah. Do you see what I mean? Because you see how you react to certain things with your mates, what you wouldn't usually say to somebody else. So you know what sort of response and how the right things to say to people. So you know. Do you know what I mean? If your mates, carry on.
Oh, sorry, go on.
No, that's all right.
No, you go. No, you go.
No, you butted in. Let's go.
I think when you're quite experienced and everyone's quite experienced, you can sort of and like your close friends, you've been through a lot together, like loads of fights. Like me and Riffer have been through. I think I've cornered for him for like literally at least 20 of his fights, most of his fights apart from a couple. And then Daniel's been by my side for like probably about 20 fights as well. So you kind of that sort of experience. You can have a go at each other, but
let me stop you 1 second. Let me stop you. Let's not swerve from the fact that Simon used to pay Daniel money when he was a schoolboy for his services.
Hello, sailor.
All right, get back to it.
That's the intro. That's the trailer sort of.
Yeah, he was only 15 at the time, I think.
Oh.
He touched me here. He
used to throw me around the ring. I was 26.
What? I told you about these, Dan. You stay away from it.
This is it.
No. Yeah, when I was 15.
15 or 16, I think I started training with Daniel, and he was just a tiny little kid.
Still am.
And he used to fucking, I was like a 26, 27-year-old man, and he used to just, Riff was like, oh, man. He used to fucking throw me about the ring.
And then pay me after it.
Yeah. 20 quid, beat me up for an hour. Nice.
But I got him to leave, so I trained him like doing PTs, and then I told him to come to Liam's gym, like Super Pet. So that's how that kind of all started as well. Like I kind of fucking done bits for you, really, didn't I?
Yeah, I know. Mate, and he trains in my gym, Dan. He don't even hold pads for me. Can you believe that?
Oh,
I know. Yeah. No, I can believe it.
He won't. I won't spar with anyone over 70 kilos. He won't hold pads for anyone over 80 kilos.
What's yours, Steve? Go on. What's your rule?
I ain't got no rules.
Oh, renegade.
Yeah, you have. No water on your head or your legs or anything.
Yeah, don't touch me.
No Thai massages. No muncons.
No lookies.
Just don't touch me.
Don't touch me.
Was that the first time I called?
Don't fucking lie to me when I'm in the corner as well.
Yeah, that one as well. Hey, you done all right that round. I'm like, fuck off. Can't even see.
Just start crying.
Yeah. I'll tell you, tell them about when I come back to the corner, when I got hit so hard, I couldn't even remember getting two standing 8 counts. That was brilliant.
Yeah, that was Nah, not stand bang. It was against
Bradley.
Bradley Barron. Yeah, Muay. Was it Muay Thai Grand Prix? Yeah, it was in on Yogi's show. Yeah, you got counted. You got banged twice. You come back and you were deflated. Like, you looked fucked, mate. And then you went out and then you fucking battered him in the next round. And so he got it was 10-7 the first round to Bradley, and you went out and fucking banged him. It was 10, and then got a 10-8. So you were like 1 point behind. But then you didn't even remember getting fucking counted in the first round.
It hit me that hard. I didn't know. I thought I was winning. So they were telling me to go for it to finish him, and I'm like, fuck off. I'm not taking the risk of getting knocked out. I'm winning this.
He thought he was winning and coasted it, and it was like an even sort of round the last round, and then Bradley got it like on a split decision or something.
Yeah.
Or no,
he hit me so hard I thought it was still Wednesday.
What about on stand and bang when you got hit so hard that you went blind?
I know. That wasn't a good one, was it?
That's the thing.
That was my worst weight cut as well, weren't it?
Oh,
yeah. You had me on the treadmill. I don't run. And I was on that treadmill for ages, after. So I've cut down. I think I had about 1 kilo to go. I slept in a sweatsuit next to the radiator with the heating on full all night. They picked me up in the van, drove all the way to wherever it was, London, was it? Woking, with the heating on full, like wearing this as well, with a hat and everything. Mate, I didn't lose nothing. They gave it me on a treadmill, and I was on that for ages.
You've got that. Did you have 2 kilos to lose? Was it or a kilo?
Kilo, but it just wouldn't cut. Like, it took ages, man. And I don't run. That was the worst.
You never run. You were on there for ages, weren't you?
Yeah.
You were a broken man.
That was a shame, man, because that fight was fucking you was fighting a lad from Double K Gym, and you were battering him. Yes, like, he was a big knockout artist. I think he knocked out everyone he fought.
His last 3 fights, I think, of the last 3 or 4 fights, he'd won first round KO. Like, we were inside a couple of minutes.
Absolutely battering him, wasn't he? Schooling him.
Didn't count him.
He counted him. He was fucked. Like, and then he just one shot just changed the fucking.
I looked away.
Game.
I looked away.
I think his only loss was to that Dylan Miga.
Oh, has he lost to him? Did he?
He lost to him. That was who he's lost to. Like since. So.
Yeah. I looked away for like 2 seconds, and then looked back, and Riffer's like over the ropes, like.
Yeah, knackered, mate. I was knackered, weren't I?
What's going on?
Just blowing your ass.
The problem was they said to me, "Oh, fuck it." I was battering him, and they went, "Mate, I'm gonna have to stop it if you don't fight back." So I stuck it on him, and then it was like jumped in. So I thought I'd won, and I got that little adrenaline dump after. Do you know when you finished?
Yeah.
I think you finished. They gave him an 8 count, and I was like, "Oh, fuck's sake!" It's not like MMA, is it? They have to.
Yeah, it was a K1 fight, Dan.
And then I walked back in and gave him about 6 left kicks, one after the other or something.
Back to the balls.
Like, yeah, and I was knackered. I backed off, and I think I had my mouth open. He clipped me, but it was more exhaustion than anything, I think.
Yeah.
What are you saying, Simon?
Just went.
No, yeah, just saying that what Riffer said. Like, obviously, he's normally fights like used to MMA rules, you know. So when the ref jumps in, that's it, game over, innit? But obviously, he took a K1 fight, so it was like the ref jumped in and he thought that was it. So he just kind of thought he'd won and then fight on again.
What's your sparring like, Steve, at the minute? Obviously, pre-lockdown, I'm going to say, because obviously you got a lot of
post-lockdown.
Like, do you have a lot of bigger boys to spar with? Would you spar a lot with the lighter guys?
No, I spar with everyone. I usually try and pick the beginners who don't
beat them up.
Yeah, like
really put it on them.
Not if they've been going longer than 3 months though, because like they start knowing what they're doing and they
start fighting back.
Yeah, like if it's your first time, like a trial session, then you're straight in for sparring, usually.
Big dirty leather shot, something.
No, I do. I'll spar with anyone. I don't really mind. Yeah. Like, obviously, if I'm with the smaller ones, I'm not going to try and batter them. Like, I'll spar with Simon. Me and Simon will just mess around, like, and I have to go like 20% because even if I block his kick too hard, he'll cry. Like, basically, I just let Simon swing punches and kicks at me, and just have to put up with it.
Yeah,
but yeah, there is bigger lads.
Yeah, Roland's all right, and he just like
Roland's. There's plenty in there. Different sort of styles as well. Like, you have problems with different sorts of styles. That's a good thing. We've got that many different styles in the gym.
Yeah. I must admit, I normally, if I spar with MMA lads stand up, I get caught with stuff, even if they're not like top, like high level. It's because the styles completely different. It's like
it's programmed not what you used to.
Yeah, catches you off guard. Have you? What about your sparring? Do you ever spar with that Jordan?
I've been trying to. Yeah, he beats the shit out of me. It's horrible.
I stand.
I can imagine.
Good rock sparring with him. He's strong, man.
It's one of those. He's so athletic as well, and he's technical. So it's the worst kind of combination. He's just like, he knows what he's doing, and he's like, got a gas tank. It's not going to end. And I remember my first fight, the first spar of the first fight camp. He fucking dropped me like a sack of shit. I was thinking, okay, cool. I'm going to get my rounds in. I'm going to feel good, start off right. He gets me with some sort of hook. I turn my head and he fucking chins me behind the jaw. I drop. I've got a big lump on my face. I'm thinking, fuck, this is a long fight camp already. That's the first round. That's the first round of camp. I'm thinking, fuck, man. It's going to be a long. Yeah, he's
You've got some beast there. You've got some beast there.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem.
Who's that other lad? He won a title on Impact. I'm sure he's a really good boxer. Nah, he's good too. Yeah, I'm sure he won a title on there.
Is Lucas Cesala?
I'll say he's around 70. He's I think he's an Asian lad.
Oh, Asian. Oh, Hadi Shakir.
Yeah, mate.
He's 57.
Brilliant striker.
61, I think. 57 or 61.
Brilliant striker.
Sparring with him is fucking horrible as well. He trains a lot.
I can imagine. I watched him. I was like, he is so good.
He's one of these people because his boxing is like fucking shit hot. I can't get in on him, and his grappling's actually like decent as well, and he wrestles a lot. So like, you think, okay, if I grab him, I'll be alright, and he's back on his feet. You're thinking, okay. It's just a bit like
His striking was just brilliant. His timing was immense.
Have you seen that Jai Herbert who's just been signed to the UFC? It's that kind of style as well. It's like really fucking crisp basics, like just the 1-2 in and out, and it's horrible. It's so
that's the worst people to spar with. Who are just so good at the basics, just so technically good.
Especially that sort of distance management as well.
That's why I'm not technically good, so I'll throw random shit.
Like watching the MMA. I watched that Gaethje fight the other week, and like he was just good at the basics. He didn't do nothing out of the ordinary, but he was so clinical. Like I thought that was.
Yeah.
I thought.
Daniel, tell him about when we watched Ben Askren and Damian Maia fight at Yokkao.
Oh, is that the one where that was terrible?
You was disgusted, weren't you?
Terrible. Mate, like, was that when were they trying to stand up with each other? Like they couldn't stand. Yeah. They missed nearly every punch.
But you got to wrestle against the jiu-jitsu guy, and like, I tried to be a kickboxer for ages, and just
I made him watch it, Dad. He was like, "That, what is that?" Like, made him want to join the UFC.
You're trying to put him off.
I appreciate their skill sets. Like when they're on the ground, it's like they're obviously amazing. But I just couldn't believe how poor their stand-up was. Like, it was just. And these are like the top level guys. Like you got like Ben Askren and is it Damian Maia, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And like these are like the top, like they're world class MMA fighters. And you're like, fucking hell. Like,
have you ever tried wall wrestling before, Daniel? Like cage wrestling and stuff?
Nah, I don't want to wrestle with them. Fuck that. But I'm just saying their stand up was shit.
If you think grappling's boring to watch, try and watch some cage wrestling, like in the actual like transitions. Fuck me, that gets long. I appreciate it because it's horrible and stuff, but like. It's boring.
Nah, you know what? I like watching. I do like watching the wrestling because I can appreciate the technical side of it, especially speaking to like people like Ripper, who he can kind of explain certain things to me.
Are you on about WWE?
I love that as well. I used to. Still got my wrestling figures now. I like watching. I go on YouTube and I just scroll through and I'm watching like that team AKA, like with Khabib and Daniel Cormier and all of them, like the Russian wrestlers and stuff. And mate, some of the stuff they do is unbelievable. To be fair, like their wrestling's unreal. And I'm proper interested. To be honest, once my hand's a bit better and like once I get my hand sorted, I would like to try a bit of it. But at the moment, if I landed on my hand funny or something, it's just not worth it for me right now. But I do definitely want to just try it at one point, not to do MMA, just to be able to do it. Do you know what I mean?
I think it's like anything. I mean, I used to watch it, and I think it's like the amateur MMA is just so boring to watch. Most of the time, it goes to the floor, and it's just like it's just shit. But when you start watching the high level guys, then it's like you can sort of really appreciate it. And I think it's the same with Riffer. Like Riffer used to watch sort of C-class Thai boxing and think this is shit. And like, but then he comes to Yokkao and he appreciates it. I think if you watch the top level, then it kind of you sort of it's better, isn't it? But if you're watching like a low level of it, it can sort of.
I think you appreciate the top level of anything.
Yeah, I was going to say boxing is
what
not
I mean? If you see
top level. Top level?
If you went to watch, but if you went to watch Sunday League football, you're gonna think this is fucking shit.
A lot of it is like matchups as well. Like depends on who you're against. Because if you get two like really good like jiu-jitsu guys and like MMA, it can be a long fight of them not doing anything because they're too like overly sensitive. Their styles clash and that. And it's about Khabib and stuff. Like one of the guys who I had on the podcast, he was in the most recent season of The Ultimate Fighter, and he went to train at AKA, which is Khabib's gym. And on his first day there, they're looking for was it lanky southpaws to emulate Conor McGregor style? Because this was before the McGregor Khabib fight.
I'd have backed up out the door.
Well, this is it. And he had to spar with Khabib, pretend to be Conor McGregor. And apparently, he just got fucking obliterated, like levels above. I mean, imagine that first day trying to be Conor McGregor against Khabib. The actual Khabib.
Horrendous.
Like he could literally. Some of the videos I watched of him, but he beats them all up down there.
Is that I Am the Bay?
What, the YouTube channel thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the banter between Khabib and Cormier. Cormier's funny.
Have you seen Darren Till and Mike Perry?
Yeah.
You seen Darren Till's made 3 Instagram accounts and made a website about Mike Perry?
Yeah.
He's got MikePerry'sAbum.com, which is a pictures of Mike Perry getting knocked out. He's got links to his boxing fights for getting knocked out, and every picture on Darren Till 3 and Darren Till 4, whatever it is just Mike Perry getting beaten up and calling him a bum.
He don't give a fuck, does he? He don't care. I like watching the MMA with people like him as well. He's like, some of them are actually well funny. They don't give a shit. Like Till, who else is there at the moment?
Colby Covington was like funny in that, but like he takes it too far. I think he's a bit too.
Who's that?
Colby Covington.
Oh, Colby, yeah.
Colby's funny. He's only playing a role. He's just like Chael Sonnen.
Yeah, but his role goes a bit too far sometimes. Like he made that, was it Matt Hamill joke? Or it was about
We're not here to judge people's roles. You just referred to my Facebook.
Well, you're not playing one. That's you. What's the difference?
Hey, don't put me in a box.
Don't categorize me.
Yeah, that's a new nickname.
Let's walk out.
No, he's just playing a role though, because you've seen other interviews of him, and he's a nice guy, genuine. But he got threatened to be dropped, didn't he?
Well, this is trying to go kicked out of thing, didn't he? Kicked out of his American Top Team, I think.
Yeah, no, this is after. But before that, he got told he was going to get dropped from he was going to get dropped from UFC. Just because he's boring, basically, and all this, and then he just stepped up his game and he built a character. You've got to do that, and you know, I think I might be wrong, but I'm sure he grew up training round Chael Sonnen's area, so he would have him as a. He would have him as a mentor, so he would have told him to take on this character. It's not real. You know, people are so triggered by things. You just say controversial things, you get attention. That's how it works.
This is the
change my mind.
Change my mind.
With Thai boxing, there's no like TV deals or anything. So when people are chatting shit to each other, it's just like to me, it just seems a bit pointless in a way, because what are you trying to sell? Like you're on a ticket deal and a small wage. Whereas
who's been bullying you, Daniel?
No one to me, to be fair. But I'm just saying, when people go like mad, like pre-fight with their opponent or to their opponents, or like chat shit, I'm like, I just think you look like a knob, because most MMA fighters are doing it to sell fights and to get more money out of pay-per-views and stuff. Whereas we don't have nothing like that. So what's the point? Just go in and fight.
You see a lot of amateurs do it as well. It's a bit like, okay, I get you calling each other out and stuff, but I don't know, your tens of 15s of ticket sales with, you know, very minimal commissions not going to set the world on fire, I don't think, but crack on. I think.
Yeah, but they might be under pressure by promoters to promote the fight too.
I think most of it is they try to like emulate the sort of pro styles of, you know, the McGregors and all this kind of stuff of, you know, giving it all this and that and the other, but you know.
Yeah.
I think McGregor kind of, you see a lot, especially like the Irish now. You see a lot of the Irish giving it like who's McGregor's.
Sometimes it's scared though. I mean, it's like a lot of I suppose we're in Thai boxing. You see the Thais, they're just like smile at you, they're all nice, and then they'll fucking batter you in the ring. But then you get some sort of Westerners like giving it like angry and trying to play mind games with you. It's just sort of so some of it's mind games before weigh-ins and stuff, isn't it? Weigh-ins, just trying to get in people's heads.
Yeah, but that's a big part of it.
Yeah,
it's a big part of it.
Yeah.
Do you sometimes question how you're going to approach? Oh, how should I do this? How should I do that?
Yeah,
we've had them conversations. Do you know?
Yeah,
so it's like.
yeah.
Well, this is it. Have you guys ever like clocked? Have you got in someone's head before, like a weigh-in or anything, like a square off or anything?
No, just in general life, I have.
Yeah.
How do you mean? That's an interesting answer. What does that mean?
I think fighters are too mentally strong. I can't break through that shield, but in general life, it's quite easy. I think you develop like some different sort of mental toughness from fighting. Yeah,
100%. Because you definitely you get a lot of fears, don't you? It's fear of the unknown, and your opponent always looks, or especially when you first starting out, your opponent always looks bigger than everyone else thinks. Oh, he looks massive, and then, like he's probably no bigger than you, but he always looks bigger when he's your opponent. You know, when you're first starting out, anyway.
Do you guys want each other about your opponent saying, "Oh, he looks fucking strong"? Like, oh, fucking hell, you sure you want to take that fight?
No, we say the opposite. We're not.
Do you want me to tell you a story? Right,
there we go.
In Cambridge. Do you remember that one, Simon? You weren't you weren't there, but you know about it. So I decided I'd do. It was like an interclub. It was a Muay Thai interclub, but they wanted an MMA fight there.
What, is this when you've been on a bender for 3 days?
Yeah. So yeah, I hadn't slept. I don't know his name. It was literally Simon. So I've said yeah. Obviously, at this point, I was a little bit different to what I am now. I hadn't slept for 3 days. And they're like, oh, you've got to go do that thing tomorrow. I was like, oh, fucking, I don't care. Like, so I went straight there, got a lift there, straight from the kitchen to this. I swear to God, I've got there. They've passed the gloves. They said, you're on first. I was like, fuck's sake. They said, do you want me to warm you up? I was like, oh, no, I can't even got 5 minutes in me. I don't want to waste it on a warm-up. I swear to God, they passed the gloves to this little fella, and I was like, "Ah, nice one. I reckon I'll do him." Do you know? And then some, yeah, and then some like some massive guy took his top off and they passed the gloves to him. I was like, "Fuck's
sake!" Go on. Then what happened? Talk me through the interclub. Any of that sort of like still pissed at that point?
Oh no, I don't want to boast.
No, you deleted him with a knee, didn't you? Within about 30 seconds, I think. I remember the story.
Yeah, but I did. I was literally just treated it like a pub fight, to be honest. It wasn't. There was no skill involved. But I'm saying perception. Like, I was so confident when I see the little guy, and then when I see the big guy, I was like, oh, fuck's sake.
Pub fight's a good description, judging by how pissed you are as well.
But then yeah, people can look the part, can't they? It don't mean they are, you know.
Looks don't win fights.
Nah,
that is 100% true.
Yeah.
Look at me, I look like a bitch. Look at me, I look like a little wimp.
Yeah. You look like a 60-year-old lesbian.
But I can fucking fight. I can fight. No, it is perception, definitely.
False sense of security.
That's Dan as well. Dan looks like little Dracula, but he'll wrap you up in a second. Eddie Dracula.
To be fair, the most scared I've ever been for a fight was in Patong Stadium in Thailand, and I arrived at the stadium, and I was saying to Marcus Compton, who was with me, one of my mates. I was saying to him, "Oh, fucking, that's my opponent." And this geezer was massive. He was about 6'2", 6'3", fucking massive head. And I was like, and he was like, "Nah, that'll be for one of the big lads later on, one of the the main
Well, leave
event.
Steve alone. He's right here.
Okay.
That's names. He's all right. Leave him alone.
No, this was a tuk-tuk driver.
No, he was a chef, actually.
Yeah, chef.
Yeah, and I was fucking petrified. I was literally most scared I've been for a fight ever. I thought, fuck, I'm going to get really...
Wait, can I cut you short there?
Yeah.
How much did Samantha pay him to let you knock him out? Was it more than Daniel paid Rungarai?
Rungarai just didn't have any rice, mate.
No rice.
No rice, no power.
He actually said that. No rice.
They gone quiet. Why are you gone quiet?
Do you want me to carry on with the story?
Yeah, go on.
So anyway,
Carry on with your life.
anyway, no, I was petrified going into the fight, and I was looking at his legs were massive, and I was fucking hell. And then he come out really aggressive, and then anyway, the second round I ended up knocking him out, clean out, stretching out the ring, everything. So it don't matter how big or what they look like all the time. You know,
It's a price. How everyone's got a price.
Wait, to be honest, if I could have, the way I was feeling before I was about to go out, I would have fucking happily given it.
Wait, let's get it clear. Simon is fucking loaded. Simon. If he wants to pay you to go down, you're going down.
Simon, what's your price to go down, so to speak?
Like,
Go on, Steve. Actually, Steve, what's your price to go down, so to speak?
Oh, depends.
Say if you got a match.
In what situation?
You get Simon in the training, like, said, do you know what, Steve? Do you mind if I just
Simon's got to buy me a house.
If he's like, do you know what? I could film this. Do you mind if I just get you a big liver shot or something like that? Is that right? Is X amount? What's the X amount? Go on.
The X amount for Simon to hit me with a liver shot.
Yeah, and drop you. Like, you've got to overplay it as well. Like, you're properly out.
Yeah, you've got to pay for scaffolding for him to climb up to hit me in the liver. There's a lot goes into this, man. Health and safety, to make sure the scaffolding's safe. Probably talking about 50k.
Yeah, it's a price.
He's like, I'll pay that. What do you weigh, Dan?
None of your business.
Not you, Baldy.
Which one?
Oh, yeah.
Talking to Eddie Dracula here.
Oi. Right now I'm about 78, 79. I fight 66.
78, right now, 78. So you've definitely got to come down and spar with Simon.
Yeah.
Well, I fight 66, so, not far off.
Yeah, what do you fight at, Simon?
59 to 61.
Yeah, there you go, fine.
When did you make 59 last, Simon?
Yeah, he's full of shit. He always misses weight. He's a fat cunt.
Fuck off! I've missed weight twice in my whole career.
I don't know what went wrong. I got my weight down and I ate apples and...
When did I last
I got really thirsty, so I drank some water. Yeah, nice one, genius. I can't see what went wrong there.
When did I last fight? 59? 2008. 2018, wasn't it?
Who can?
What are we going to do here? We're going to let you come down and spar, right? We'll do quick 2-minute rounds, right? And we'll flip it. For the last 30 seconds, you're allowed takedowns and submissions. That'll be fine.
Well, you know what?
David, if you sit... What?
Like shoot box.
I've been watching loads of Khabib, mate.
Yeah. McGowan learned how to sprawl.
Oi, to be fair, have you not seen the videos of him on the roof?
Nah.
Fucking shit, you have. I've tagged with Howard and that.
You tag me in a lot, but it's usually about paedophiles and stuff like that. And
a bit too close to home, isn't it?
Yeah.
No. Have you not seen the videos of fucking Dan? You've seen the videos of Daniel. Daniel's wrestling's all right against Howard and that. Or was it Howard's brother?
On a roof.
Jamie Lamont.
Mate, there's levels. If somebody else knows what they're doing, I think I'll prove that to you, boys.
What's that?
There's levels to it. Like, you're right. If you're striking and you think, I can defend a takedown, I can grapple a little bit, but then you go in with someone who knows what they're doing and they embarrass you. Come on, it's happened to me loads of times. You've been in my corner. What's the matter? Can't you learn from my mistakes?
When you guys on the roof, do you do any work? You just like sparring the whole time. You like just hit pads or something on the roof.
I'd like the challenge. I'd like the challenge though. I'm not saying that he'd not take me down, but I'd like to try it out, just test what I'd be like.
Now, back to that question, Dan. There's a lot of them. Yeah, they just end up fighting. Fights kick off on the roof quite a lot with my little minions.
Yeah. Notice he said little. He won't employ me because I'm too big.
Do you only employ people to hold pads for you out of interest?
No. He only employs people that can't throw him off the roof if he gets gobby.
Oh, I can do that.
Well, if they get used to it, they don't need a ladder at that point. Probably saving on cost as well. Just pick them and put them on the roof. Oh, we have fun.
But yeah, Daniel.
Yo.
You'll get embarrassed if you start playing around with MMA guys. I'd just like to let you know.
Oh no, I'm just. Well, no, what was the deal again? The 2-minute round thing.
Yeah.
Daniel will just go militant, try and stop him with low kicks.
Yeah, I don't want to get to the last 30 seconds, so I'll try and take him out.
I reckon he'll just shell up, grab you up, and choke you. Maybe we'll go half a round. Maybe that would be more fair. But
would you boys ever do left way before? Would you ever do left way?
No way. Nah.
That's right.
It's just,
I probably would, to be fair, because I'm fucking stupid like that. I used to be quite good.
Who wouldn't do left way with a forehead like that?
Exactly. You know what I mean?
My hands would just crumble.
You get a +10 on headbutts.
I'll probably break your hand back into place, Daniel.
Yeah, fucking hell. These fucking... They'll just literally poppadom hands. They'll just snap.
You notice it? The more this interview's gone on, the more his wig's gone back.
Yeah.
It's because you're talking about
interview. Imagine this was an interview. Imagine this like pre-fight kind of thing. We're talking all this kind of shit as well.
Oh, that's brilliant. You can't have a serious conversation with Riffer about it. He's too quick-witted to just takes piss out of everyone.
Oh, wonderful.
You look like Step Brothers on my screen, I swear to God. Little pube head there. McGowan.
You know what you look like? You look like one of them Facebook
Mr.
dads on the
Potato Head. I know that. Where is it?
EDL dads.
EDL dad. Yeah.
Whites for whites. Keep them out.
I ain't even looking at me though. I'm looking at you. That's the difference.
Yeah,
that's the difference there. You're looking at yourself on the screen, isn't you? Make sure you look all right. Still didn't sort of pubes on your head out. There, stop whispering them around. See the gaps.
Trying to cover the gap.
Damage control.
Yeah.
All right, boys, we'll call it there. Where can people find you on their social media? You first, Steve.
They don't want to find me.
What's the best?
Yeah. Skip that.
I'll stick it in the description.